Well, I just got back from watching the Thunderbolts, or the New Avengers, as it's going to be called. And oh boy, was it money maybe not so well spent, but I'm going to give my overall review without spoilers at first, and then I'll just kind of chop it down for you, what I thought, and just kind of go through it so that you don't have to. So, what did I think of the overall movie? Well, it sucked. I mean, it sucked. I'm not sure what we were expecting. It was basically, you know what, let me get into the good stuff first, because there's just a few things before I just go through all the bad stuff. Let me think. There was, you know how in every superhero movie there is this moment to where the hero gives a speech or whatever, you know, kind of like in the Guardians, and Star-Lord does it, Captain America does it a lot. Well, in this movie, there's one point to where Bucky says something that's kind of like a very abbreviated superhero speech, and it's fine. Like, it wasn't, honestly, it's really in the low tier, but it wasn't horrible. You know, he just kind of says this pep talk thing, but it's very brief, and it's kind of done away with later, and then Yelena takes over and, you know, just does her thing. She's the main character in this whole movie, by the way. We'll get to that. But when Bucky said this little speech, this very brief thing, it wasn't too bad. I think there was maybe one moment where I chuckled. There was kind of a banter between the Red Guardian and Bucky, and I thought the Red Guardian said something, they were in a car together, and I was just like, aha, that's kind of funny, I guess. That's it. No other jokes landed. Was there anything else in the movie I liked? Most of the action was really bad, especially through the bulk of the movie, but I will say at the end, when the main bad guy starts doing his mojo and doing his different stuff, there were some okay shots, you know, just CGI stuff going on, and with the city and the dude displaying his powers. It was fine. I mean, I kind of had to crawl through all this sludge to get there, but it was okay. Most of the stuff in the movie, well, let's get to the bad. Did you guys know that for most of the people watching YouTube videos, only a small percentage of those people are actually subscribed to those channels? But subscribing is really quick and easy. All you have to do is first to make a YouTube account, which is free, and then after that, go down to the video that you're watching, hit the like button, which goes a long way in helping out the algorithm, and then go over and hit the subscribe button. After you've hit the subscribe button, click the drop down arrow and click the option that says all, so that can notify you whenever a new video from this creator has dropped. Subscribing is free, and making a YouTube account is also free. It allows you to keep up with all of your favorite content creators, and of course it goes a long way in helping out my channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with all of that being said, back to the video. So what are the bad things? Well, pretty much everything else. I mean, for one, when it comes to all of these Marvel movies, they're just these conveyor belt, cookie cutter, you know, just get to the next thing, you know, just this sludge that just keeps pushing out. Don't think about it, turn your brain off, and just, you know, gobble up the next thing. There is a couple of post-credit scenes, and it's like, whatever. Oh, no spoilers just yet, but what are the bad things? Well, the characters. If you remember in the plot, of course, the characters and the plot. If you remember in the first Avengers movie, really many of those movies, there was this conflict between the Avengers that kind of escalated into, you know, these physical altercations. Well, they have that in this movie, of course, but it's very choppy and it never feels very organic. They tried to make it work, and you might say, oh well, but these aren't really heroes. I mean, they're villains, so it should feel that way. Yeah, no, it just doesn't work, you know, thematically, or however you want to say it. There was this scene in the beginning, the first 30 or 40 minutes is these team of heroes trying to work together. Oh, I'm sorry, villains. And they just do not gel. None of their personalities fit with one another. Not a single one of them. It was always so awkward and cringy amongst all of them. Yelena's the main character in this movie. She is this pissant 5'5", super girl boss. Definitely MCU material here. Goes through, is always whooping up other dudes. There's like this one mission where she's just basically wearing a hoodie. She's super powerful, even though she's the only one who has no powers. She beats John Walker. She's insufferable through the main story, but she is the main character. Bucky has his moments, but is mostly pushed to the side. John Walker is used as this absolute punching bag. He is demoralized. They make fun of him. He really doesn't have a lot of redeeming moments. Most of the team doesn't. There's a few scenes at the end of the movie where they try to show like, hey, we're all working together. But man, they take a long time getting there, and it just didn't feel like it really hit at the end either. The story drags on, and it's just kind of like, what's the point of doing any of this? It's not exactly what you think. Whenever you see the previews, you're kind of thinking that it's going to be one of these Suicide Squad kind of things, like Amanda Waller calls together the team, right? Not exactly, actually. Well, no spoilers, but it doesn't quite go that way. The team kind of have to fend for themselves, and they're supposed to gather together organically and naturally, but the reason the story gives for that doesn't land. It doesn't hit at all. So it's all over the place. It feels choppy. The movie was only, I don't know, an hour and a half, or it wasn't 2 hours long, I don't think, but man, it felt like 3 hours. Like, it really didn't go by fast. Most of the combat sucks, especially at the beginning and the middle part. There's a few good scenes at the end that aren't too bad. CGI is fine, I guess. The music isn't just background generic Marvel music. And as far as the motivations, really, I think that's all I can say. Most of the characters were cringe, and for the ones trying to carry the movie, they just can't do it. Like, you really should have based the movie around Bucky. Like, this could have been a great redeeming movie for Bucky. You know, we've been waiting for that for quite a long time, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, my god, what a trash TV show, and it just basically butchered those characters. They never mention Black Captain America, though, so there's that, I guess. But yeah, that's it. That's my overall non-spoiler review. It's not worth going to see. Bland characters, humor that never lands, cringe moments. By the way, you would have to do an insane amount of homework in order to catch up on all the crap that you would need to see from all these different characters and where they come from and their backstory. If you haven't seen half of like the Marvel TV shows, you're not going to know who any of these people are. So there's all of that. But just very bland, very boring, not very interesting. Characters couldn't carry the movie, not really worth going to see at all. Just generic Marvel sludge, MCU, girl boss, all that crap, and it's pretty prevalent in all this. So I wouldn't waste my time. But with all of that being said, now that that's the spoiler stuff, let me just kind of break down in a spoilery fashion what is actually going on in this movie so that you don't have to go and see it. So, it starts off with Yelena. She's doing a mission. She's super powerful, beats like 20 dudes in a hallway while she's wearing a hoodie, accomplishes this mission, and then the girl from Seinfeld, I don't know her name, but we saw her in one of those Marvel TV shows. I think it was the Black Witch. They all just sledge together now. What is the one when it's the Yelena's movie, the Black Widow movie, the one that destroyed Scarlett Johansson. That one. She's at the end of it. Well, she is the super bad guy in this movie. She's the woman behind the scenes. She's Amanda Waller, basically. And she has all these different people working for him. Yelena, the Patriot guy from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Tom Walker, Ghost, no mention of Goliath, which is her dad, I think it was. You know, they were in the Ant-Man and the Wasp. I guess he's dead, I don't know. The Taskmaster, She-Master, you know, the surprise that it was a chick, and that's it. So those four people are working for, God, I've already forgotten her name, Seinfeld woman, we'll just call her that, the chick from Seinfeld. So Yelena comes back from her first mission successfully, and the chick from Seinfeld is she's about to be impeached from the government. Bucky is working on the case. He's trying to get her impeached because everyone knows she's evil or something, and she's trying to weasel out of it and cover up the evidence because she's an evil person and hide all this stuff behind the scenes. And so in order to clean up her record and make sure that she doesn't get impeached, she tells Yelena, as well as these three other people, hey, go to this spot and I have one last mission for you. And she makes these different promises for all of them. She tells Yelena this will be your last mission. John Walker that she'll give him his freedom. Yada, yada, yada. So these 3 people show up in this warehouse and they all try to kill each other. Well, Ghost No, not Ghost. What's the person? Taskmaster. Ghost kills Taskmaster immediately. Blows her brains out. I'm not kidding. We all knew she wasn't going to be in the movie very long. Taskmaster, stupidly, as Marvel fashion, keeps taking off her helmet. Ghost blows her brains out. And then Bob shows up, who's just this guy in these hospital gown. No one knows why he's there or who he's there. And Seinfeld chick doesn't know why he's there either. They end up not killing each other. They work together. It takes them like 30 minutes to get out of this building. They finally escape. And then the dude, Bob is his name. His powers awaken, and he can't kind of control them. He's like mentally ill. There's like this theme throughout the movie, like this is for mentally ill people, I guess. And so they all shoot him, but he survives, and then he takes off and then leaves, and then the rest of them leave as well. They escape because Seinfeld chick wants to kill them all, except for Bob, because he is the successful experiment. Well, Bucky tracks down these 3 now. So it's Yelena, Ghost, and the Winter Soldier. No. I'm getting everything mixed up. Yelena, Ghost, and John Walker. Yelena's dad shows up and gives him a ride, who is the Iron Guardian, so that's the 4. And then Bucky shows up and captures all 4 of them in that car chase scene that we see in the preview. And he wants to use them to impeach Seinfeld chick because thanks to them, it's all the proof he needs to get her arrested. But Bucky's working with this chick behind the scenes that works for Seinfeld chick. She's like, I need your help. Something's going on. Bob is here. And Seinfeld chick is trying to control Bob because he's very powerful. So they all show up at the end of the day to the Avengers Tower, which is where Seinfeld chick has taken over, I guess. She just owns it now. And Bob is there with her. And they all show up to rescue Bob. They decide to work together as a team for the Thunderbolts. By the way, the Thunderbolts is a name that comes from Yelena's, like, high school soccer team or something. Not Thunderbolt Ross. No. It's from Yelena. You know, where have we seen that? That switcheroo, like, with the Avengers name? Oh, God, it's just so insufferable. Anyways, finally, towards the end of the movie, they show up at the Avengers Tower. This ragtag team, and Bob is there. Seinfeld chick commands Bob to attack these people. By the way, when Bob is with them in this warehouse at the beginning, he has the ability to basically touch people. He has every ability you can think of, but one of them is he can draw people in their mind and kind of pull them into the shadow realm and show them their past. And everyone just, you know, they're all just these victim. They never do anything with that. So at the end of the movie, they show up, and Bob's kind of unstable, but he's doing what Seinfeld chick is saying. And so they attack him, and this dude is literally like the apocalypse. He has everything. He has super speed. He can also, like, teleport around. He's super strong, completely invulnerable, man of steel. He can fly. He was, like, heating up. He grabbed Bucky's arm, almost melts it, and then rips it off. What else can he do? Telekinesis too. He can control things with his mind and objects, and just zip people around. He has every power you can think of. So he's unstoppable. So he whoops them, but none of them die. Then they all get out of their escape. Somehow Bucky reattaches his arm, I guess. He's got it later. And then some shadowy thing, I guess it's called the Void from the comic books, takes over Bob, tries to take over the city. These new Avengers, this team, the Thunderbolts, have their moment where there's like a boulder that tries to fall on this fat Chinese woman, but John Walker saves her, and then they all gather together and try to push up the boulder, and it's like, yeah, we're a team now. And then Bob realizes that, oh my gosh, this isn't what I wanted, and then he battles the void inside of himself and saves the day. And then after that, the movie's over, and they're the Thunderbolts. They have a press thing, and they're called the New Avengers. And that's it. Post-credit scenes, I didn't stick around and watch them. I heard there was something with the Fantastic Four, like they show up in space or something. I didn't bother sticking around. But that's it. Yelena, girl boss, very insufferable attitude, could not carry the movie. Bucky had a few good moments, was probably the best part of the film. They did John Walker dirty again. They tried to make him a very insufferable, angry person, and he lost his family. Honestly, after watching The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, all I can do is just sympathize with the guy. I mean, even in this movie, he's the only one that really comes across like a real victim. Ghost is meaningless and heartless. Taskmaster dead. And Iron Guardian had like, he was jolly, or the Red Guardian, whatever his name is. He was really jolly and stuff. He had a few moments, maybe one or two, where I chuckled. And yeah, that was pretty generic. Didn't have really any heart, no chemistry, and whatever they were trying to do, again, you're just gonna have to watch like do an ungodly amount of homework to even just figure out what's going on. So it's not worth the ticket price. But there you have it, guys. That is my spoiler and non-spoiler review and reaction of the Thunderbolts. Have you seen it? And if you have, tell me what you think. Do you think that it was a great movie? Or if you haven't seen it, are you going to go check this one out in the theaters? Or are you just going to watch people like myself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell icon to show all of my notifications and when I drop my new video. Really goes a long way in helping out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, guys, have a great freaking day.